Good morning, and welcome to Good Morning KU. I'm Ian Saucy.
And I'm Michaela Beheimer. So, Ian, did you do anything cool this weekend? Did you go to homecoming?
I did. I was working the cameras for the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't here. Did we win?
Sadly, no, we did not.
Oh, unfortunate.
Yeah.
I actually went home over the weekend. It was
Lucky you.
Yeah, it was really nice. My whole extended family had a Halloween party, and so I went home for that. I brought my roommate with me. But another thing we did was my roommate had never seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Really?
Yeah, for real. So I made her watch that with me and my family. It was a group ordeal. My dad and I know all the callbacks, you know, so that was really fun. And then I know all the words to all the songs. So we watched that together. That was a really good time. And then the next day we went to the family party. And it was just like a nice break from all the college craziness, especially this week is like the craziest week of my life.
Midterm week, yeah. Oh, boy.
Got an essay due tomorrow that I'm not even close to done with.
I have a presentation to start and finish due today. That's not going to be fun for me. Mm-hmm. No, and maybe a test this Friday, I think.
Yikes.
I know.
Especially a weird segue, but especially with this election going on, it's even more stressful.
Yeah.
Are you voting in Kansas, or are you voting for back home?
I just registered to get my absentee ballot sent here.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
Did you get yours? Because I got mine over the weekend.
Well, I just registered yesterday, which is
okay.
the last day for California.
Oh, wow.
So I should be getting it before the election, hopefully.
Okay. Yeah. It's November 8th. You've got some time. I received my ballot over the weekend, and it's weird because it has all of these county judges and Supreme Court members and all of these people that I don't know, so I've got to look up every single name so that I'm an informed voter.
Yeah.
You know, you don't think about that. You only think about voting for president, but you got to vote down the ballot to make sure that your local area also has great people running it. So you're not from Kansas, are you?
No, I'm not.
You're not. Well, did you hear about the Field of Screams in Wichita?
I sadly have not.
Well, I mean, it's very unfortunate, so it's not great news. Field of Screams is a really popular, not haunted house, haunted field. In Wichita, I've been, middle school kids go. It's really popular for them. It's incredibly popular in Wichita. And over the last week, a guy went there, got in an argument, and then shot himself. So that's really scary.
That's really unfortunate, too.
Yeah, it is. And, kids go there. I went there when I was 13 years old. It's crazy, but the owners, they're really nice people. I've actually met them. They are instituting a bunch of new security. They have, now they hired, 6 armed security guards to watch over for, the runs, and then they have a metal detector and really strict bag checks. So I don't think that anything like that will happen again.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good that they have the security in places to limit stuff like this.
Yeah.
You got to think about the kids.
Yeah. Honestly, there's really young folks there.
Yeah.
So speaking of Field of Screams, do you have any great Halloween plans?
Not really. It's probably just gonna sleep this Halloween.
Sleep?
So I have a test the 1st of November.
Okay, how about Halloween weekend? Do you have any plans for the weekend?
Not yet. I don't think so.
Yeah. I was actually really excited because I have a friend who lives in Wichita who invited me to a party that I really wanted to go to. It's a friend from high school. I haven't seen her in a really long time. And I have another thing that I have to go to for a club that I have to attend, and I'm really bummed that I can't go to Wichita. But that's okay. I have other plans. I'm going to go to probably some stuff on Friday, and, Halloween will be fun.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Well, thanks for watching. We're going to throw it to the guest after the break.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. the University of Kansas. A great place to be you.
Welcome back. I'm here with Steve Rottinghaus, the Career and Outreach Coordinator for the Journalism School, and he's here to talk about the career fair that's happening Tuesday.
Correct. Yeah, next Tuesday we'll have about 20 businesses from Kansas City, Topeka, Lawrence. Going to share internship, entry-level positions. It's a great match for a lot of our current students looking for internships and also for December graduates looking for jobs.
Awesome. So where would this be held?
It's going to be the Kansas Union, the Kansas Room. It's on the sixth floor, excuse me. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Students aren't required to be there all day, but if they can commit kind of an hour or an hour and a half, again, it's a great fit for students.
Awesome. So what companies would be there this year?
Fleshman Hillard, a great PR firm, well known. Barkley, VML, Topeka Capital Journal. We have Trisalo Communications. Anything you can think of associated with the J School in terms of traditional media, PR firms, strategic communications. We got a good mix.
Awesome. Yeah. What really students would you expect them to go? What age at least?
It's open to all students. It probably is a better fit for juniors and seniors, but treat this like an actual interview. I want them to dress professionally, bring their resumes. Some businesses might actually be prepared to do interviews afterwards, so just be thinking about that.
So really dressing up for this, professional business?
Yeah, think business professional. Again, like you were just approaching an actual interview.
Cool. Is it free for the students?
It is free for the students. There's really no registration. I'll have students sign in when they arrive, but there is no fee for students.
Awesome. Is there anything you would like to add?
Again, I highly recommend it to all students looking for an internship or job. I think it's a great fit. Anytime you can get out in front of a professional, you have one more chance to promote yourself, and I highly recommend it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today, and we'll be back with the news.
Thanks.
Welcome back. I'm Grant DeMars.
And I'm Coleman Connolly. This is your Good Morning KU News Update. Students at the University of California, Berkeley are protesting safe spaces and spaces of color. The university already provides safe spaces for students, but the protesters feel interference with their current places. The protesters blocked a key bridge on campus and harassed white students as they passed by. The anti-racism protesters denied passage across the bridge for white students, but allowed students of color to cross.
Rapper Jay-Z will hold a concert for Hillary Clinton in Cleveland before Election Day. The concert is part of an ongoing series of events to encourage young voters to vote for Clinton. The Clinton campaign has garnered support from numerous celebrities. Popular names include Miley Cyrus, Katy Perry, and John Legend.
Hundreds of ISIS soldiers are fleeing Mosul in Iraq due to coalition forces closing in on the city. Sheikh Abdullah al-Wayar, a tribal leader in the region, said that numerous ISIS fighters and their families were fleeing the city each day and crossing into Syria. As of this morning, 78 villages and towns have been liberated. The coalition did not expect their territorial gains to be this significant.
The ex-wife of a former Subway pitchman, Jared Fogle, is suing the company. Fogle pled guilty in federal court to possessing child pornography and having sex with minors in 2015. Katie McLaughlin claims that the top executives knew of his pedophilia as early as 2004 and should have taken action. McLaughlin apologized to Fogle's victims and said she is going to get answers.
Oklahoma police are on a manhunt for a suspect who is accused of killing 2 of his relatives and claims to have a medical condition that he plans to spread. After supposedly killing 2 members of his family, Michael Vance opened fire on police with an AK-47 yesterday. The Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office did not release his medical condition, but they believe he may attempt to spread the disease by any means possible.
And that wraps up our news. We'll be right back with the weather.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. Right, as you can see, we're gonna have we're looking at Murphy Hall right now, and you can see that it's clear skies right now, and it's perfect weather conditions for all those people that love this fall weather. So if you're getting ready to head out today, it's gonna be perfect, so you can get that awesome photo opportunity. And then moving on to today's weather, we can see that we're gonna have a high of 78 degrees with partly cloudy skies and winds out of the south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And breaking down your day for you, we can see that at 11 a.m. we're going to have a temperature of 67 degrees with cloudy skies and winds out of the south at 8 miles per hour. And moving on into the lunch hour, that's when we have temperatures of 74 with still cloudy skies and winds out of the south at 9 miles per hour. But during the lunch hour and on into the early evening, that's when we'll have wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour and sets to that. So if you're walking outside today and you get that big breeze, just be aware of that. It's possible to happen anytime, but most likely it's going to be the winds out of the south at 9 miles per hour, but we can't rule that opportunity out. And then moving into the 7 o'clock hour, that's when we have a temperature of 70 degrees with cloudy skies still and winds out of the south at 9 miles per hour. And moving on into tonight, that's when we'll see a high temperature of 63 degrees with cloudy skies and storm chances moving in. And breaking down tomorrow, we will see that those storm chances will be likely before 7 a.m. with winds out of the south at 10 miles per hour. So if you have morning classes tomorrow at 7 a.m., you'll most likely get wet, but if you have the 8 a.m., you'll most likely get a few drops here and there. And then 9 a.m., you should be clear, no rain jacket needed. And tomorrow we'll have a high of 75 degrees. And then on breaking down the 5-day forecast, we'll see that we have a high temperature of 72 on Thursday with sunny skies. Friday we'll have a high of 80 degrees, and on Saturday it's 73 degrees with mostly sunny skies. So if you haven't made plans yet for your weekend, I strongly encourage you to, because it's going to be picture perfect. And so stay tuned for sports upcoming next.
Hello, I'm Chris Sitek.
I'm Minnie Wedding.
And I'm Will Ricky, and welcome to the Sports Block.
Let's talk about baseball, sorry. The Chicago Cubs are World Series bound for the first time since 1945 after shutting out the LA Dodgers 5-0. The Cleveland Indians are World Series bound also after blanking the Toronto Blue Jays 3-0. The Indians' World Series berth is their first since 1997. The Cubs are set to face the Indians tonight at Cleveland at 7 p.m. Who do y'all got and why?
You know, I think it's going to be a very good game. I'm going with the Cubs because I think John Lester is just going to show up and throw a lot of heat. I think, I was doing a lot of research last night, and I found 6 things that didn't exist when the Cubs won it in 1945. One of those things is Joe Madden, the NBA. Alaska and Hawaii weren't states in 45, and the team that they shut out didn't even exist. So I thought that was kind of cool. They haven't won the World Series since 1908. And I just think they win the series in 6.
I'm going to go with 6-2, but I think the Indians will win it in 6. And then in a battle of the aces tonight, I think that the Indians should be able to win at home. They got Corey Kluber, who was a former Cy Young winner. I think it's going to be a 1 or 2 run game. And I think in those kind of games, I think the Indians will be able to win as opposed to playing in Wrigley, where it's going to be a little bit of a different story.
Yeah. But
right now I have the Indians in 6 in the battle of the aces, and I think it should be overall just a really good matchup.
Yeah, really historic matchup.
I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Moving to the NFL, the Kansas City Chiefs are back at home playing the high-flying Saints. Quarterback Drew Brees threw for 367 yards and 3 scores, but safety Daniel Sorensen and the Chiefs got the last laugh.
And louder. Third down at 12. Breeze over the middle. It is deflected and then picked off by Daniel Sorensen. Sorensen takes it all the way for a Chiefs touchdown.
Wow. What a guy.
Yeah. The Chiefs beat the Saints 27-21 to move to 4-2 on the season. So guys, what are your thoughts on the Chiefs this season? Do y'all think they're going to go to the playoffs?
I think so. Kansas City has done well right now at 4-2, but I think the team has only scratched the surface on their potential in terms of their offense and defense. I think they played well on both sides of the ball, and I think they have a chance to go on a little bit of win streak with the easier schedule. But that being said, I think their defense is a playoff-worthy defense, and I think they should be able to make the playoffs at this point.
You know, I'm going to have to agree with you. I think the Chiefs have very high potential. I mean, with the way that their offense and defense have been looking over the past couple games, and I think that, I think they'll go into Indianapolis on Sunday and just take them down. I don't know how far we'll get into the playoffs once that time comes around, but we're definitely going to the playoffs.
Well, let's hope so.
Yeah.
Kansas City heads to Indianapolis to take on the Colts this Sunday. The Denver Broncos were at home Monday night taking on the Houston Texans. The biggest storyline being quarterback Brock Osweiler's much-anticipated return to Denver. Osweiler might have been present, but unfortunately his team was not. As Denver rolled Houston, 27-9, it was a terrible loss within the game. But do y'all think that Denver has any chance of becoming greater in the AFC program?
I really don't think so. Looking at what they were last year and comparing it to what they are now, I really don't think so. I think the team to beat this year is I think the team to beat this year is the New England Patriots, just because their quarterback Tom Brady's back, and they also have that superstar tight end Rob Gronkowski. So I really don't think the Denver Broncos are the team to beat this season.
Well, I don't think so as well, to be short. I think their inconsistency with the running game and the offensive line, despite a good defense, is kind of their Achilles heel, I would say. I would say the favorite also is the New England Patriots as well. Get Tom Brady back. Rob Gronkowski's catching touchdowns. LeGarrette Blount has been kind of underrated all year with a ton of touchdowns, running the ball extremely hard and well. He was a key in their Pittsburgh win that they just had last Sunday. I think they're the team to beat, and they should they should probably make a deep playoff run at this point. The Patriots.
They barely squeaked that one out last Sunday.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked.
I agree. Road games are always tough, though, as you know.
Yeah.
You never know with the Broncos. They could surprise you. Let's talk soccer. As Sporting KC is headed to the playoffs following a 2-0 victory over San Jose, Sporting is set to play the Seattle Sounders this Thursday at CenturyLink Field in the... Oh, sorry. Is this the year Sporting takes another home cup? Another home cup? Another cup, if y'all didn't get that.
Well, in my opinion, that largely depends on what forward Dom Dwyer does, because the Seattle Sounders are a fundamentally sound team, not to be redundant, but they're a fundamentally sound team. They're really good. This is going to be a tough matchup for Sporting KC. I think they're going to depend on Graham Zusi and company to kind of lead the charge. Dom Dwyer has kind of led them in every offensive category and defensive category, but I think they're going to need other guys to step up in these crucial moments during the playoffs.
You know, I don't know much about soccer, but I mean, just looking at our team, I think we have a good shot. But I mean, it's tricky because we're playing a team like the Seattle Sounders, who's got a phenomenal player in Clint Dempsey. I think looking at the games that we played them in the past, it hasn't turned out in our favor. But I mean, you never know. Things happen, and I mean, anything's possible. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Moving to KU sports. KU football was back at home playing the Oklahoma State Cowboys Saturday afternoon, and they had their fair share of struggles. Penalties and turnovers doomed the Jayhawks in their 44-20 loss to the Cowboys. So the big question, will KU football win another game this year?
You know, I'm going to have to go and say maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, we had a shot against TCU and we blew it. Our last chance, I think, is against Iowa State. But, I mean, with the way this team's been looking and how we get so tired early, it's just, I mean, it's not looking good. I don't know, but yeah.
I think it's certainly going to be tough. I think they'll have a chance against Texas and against Iowa State. They've been close in a lot of games, which is, you know, we can't say that as much for KU football last year. So I think they've made improvements defensively, especially along the defensive line. Offensively, though, they lead college football in turnovers. I mean, they're turning the ball over at such an enormous rate. It's going to be hard for them to overcome that and win another football game.
Right.
Well, at least we won one this year.
Yeah, at least we didn't go winless. That was horrible.
The Jayhawks face another big road test as they travel to Norman to take on the number 16th ranked team, which is Oklahoma. 6 straight wins for KU volleyball, the latest being a 3-0 victory over the West Virginia Mountaineers at home. This Wednesday, they travel to Lubbock to take on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. So is this the year that the KU volleyball is going to win the Big 12?
You know, I do think they have a very good chance. Our record is, 18-2, and Texas is at 19-1. And so I think we do have a very, very high chance at dethroning Texas. We actually play them this Saturday at Haresh. Is it an evening game, or what time is that game at?
Yeah, 7 p.m. The game's at 7 p.m.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to get out and watch that.
Yeah, I think this is going to be probably the biggest game in Big 12 in terms of volleyball. But I think KU volleyball, it will largely depend on what they can get from Kelsey Payne and company. If they show up and play excellent defense, you know, are getting a lot of kills and whatnot, I think they can compete and possibly beat Texas. It's at home, so the Jayhawks will have the home field advantage against Texas. This will be a tough game, but I think they definitely have a chance at home against Texas to kind of dethrone them to win the Big 12, certainly.
All right. KU men's and women's basketball is right around the corner. The women's team plays at home October 30th against Fort Hays State, and the men's team plays at home November 1st against Washburn.
I'm very excited about that. There's nothing I look forward to more than Kansas basketball, I'll tell you what.
Absolutely. With Josh Jackson and company coming in for the men's and the women's kind of becoming on the uprise, this should be it's just an exciting time for sports in general.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
I couldn't agree more.
Well, hey, that's going to do it for the sports block. Stay tuned, and when we come back, Nick and Michaela will be playing a game.
Where you go to college makes a statement about you. This place will become a part of you, your identity for life. The University of Kansas, a great place to be you.
Welcome back. I'm Michaela.
And I'm Nick Baker. Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning KU. And we are back with another edition of Flash News. Today we have our top journalist, Michaela Beheimer, live on the scene.
Hi, I'm Michaela, like I said earlier.
Michaela, how's it feeling down there?
You know, I'm a little bit stressed out. It's pretty crazy. There's quite a commotion going on.
I can imagine. I can only imagine.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if I'm safe here, but, you know, I'm the top journalist, so I'm here to inform you of the news.
Of course you are. Of course you are. Now, it seems that where you're at, it's a little balmy.
A little balmy?
A little balmy.
All right.
I gotta say, for being in flannel and jeans, it's not appropriate attire.
Well, you know, I want to look professional for our professional news show. So even though I'm not as comfortable as I normally would be, I'm doing it for you. I'm doing it for the audience.
We do appreciate what you give to this. Now, let me ask you, are you at all frightened by what you're seeing? Are you more excited?
I am. You know, earlier I said that I didn't feel safe, you know, but I think as long as I keep an eye out and I make sure I'm aware of my surroundings, I think I'll be all right.
It seems like a couple of hooligans are just, you know...
Hooligans?
We're having fun, but I see it could be a little dangerous.
A little... Oh, I should watch out, shouldn't I?
I feel like
should be a little bit careful.
It's probably accurate.
Oh, all right. So, what you see here is some craziness, lots going on. I'm not positive of who these folks are. or what their goal is, but I do know that they're causing a lot of problems for the local residents
Let me
here.
ask you, you think there's any malintent involved?
You know, I think that it's just fear. I think people are just scared, you know? I don't think that they're doing it to be mean
Well,
or
we said it best
or
on our host
anything.
segment. It's a stressful time.
Yeah, it's a stressful time.
People have all sorts of ways of acting out. So paint me a picture. What are you seeing?
There's a lot going on. So we've got all of these people here, and they're being crazy, and
That's about right. Yeah, no, you're summing it up. You are our top reporter.
I am.
You are indeed.
All right. So, you know, is it the same for me as it is for you? Are you seeing a lot of craziness?
I'm seeing nothing but craziness.
Nothing
I'm
but
seeing
craziness?
Nothing but commotion, and I'm seeing fun and excitement, and that's what we're all about here on Good Morning KU.
You're right. That is what we are all about.
Well, thank you, Michaela. You have been extremely helpful, and as always, you are our best journalist.
Oh,
and
thank you.
Can't wait to see you back next
I'm
week.
so flattered.
Thanks for tuning in today on Good Morning KU, and we will see you next week.